Hello, we are on to part 3 of our hero's journey from the status quo or now into the Age of Omniscience. So part 3 is the refusal of adventure. No, this can't be right. What is the Age of Omniscience? I have no idea what that is. Perhaps the call to adventure was losing your job and you go, I gotta go out and get another job just like it. Or you think, I'm not really sick, or this person can't really be sick or dying, and you may be denying those things. I can't believe my marriage has just ended. This can't be a positive thing. You refuse to take that which is your impetus to the adventure, and you try and dampen it, put it under the rug, do what you've normally been doing as the status quo, because that is more comfortable. That is the world that you understand. So we typically have this part where we go, I'm channeling. I can't tell anybody I'm channeling. What does that even mean? That doesn't pay the bills very well, does it? And so there is a part that comes to this adventure that you might be second guessing it or say, no way, Jose. And that is part 3 of our hero's journey. Here are our guides. Hello again, we are your omniscience, our omniscience. We are the omniscience of the universe, and yet we exist within you. So the refusal, this third part, the refusal of the call to adventure, it is because typically when you come back into a denser frequency, you go, that can't be true. You wake up from a very exciting dream, and it happens to Randy frequently because she is a writer. She has this dream and she goes, I have to write this down. This is going to be a bestseller. I was so elated in this frequency of my dream. And so she wakes up and she has a breakfast and she grins through her breakfast. And yet she comes to a place of where she is ready to write it down and she goes, oh, that makes no sense whatsoever. That dream was completely wild and bogus. How could I ever make an adventurous story out of it? It seems silly. And that is because she has been in her physical frequency, in her denser frequency for long enough that she has lost the original frequency of that call to adventure, in the sense of that inspiration or of that impetus. And so we are saying to you that you exist in all frequencies at all times as a multidimensional being. And we will be explaining a little bit more of what that means. But that you in the focused frequency can tend to come into that very dense place of going, wait a minute. I watched that video and then I went back to my daily life, and a week later I have no idea what the omniscience even means. I don't think that was true. I think that was a fluke, or I think that was a one-off, or I think that was a just a simply good vacation, and now I have to come back to real life. And so we are saying to you that this is a natural part of nature, that you as human beings are fluctuating constantly between frequencies. And when this refusal of action comes along, this refusal of adventure, remind yourself that you are a fluid, flexible, unlimited being, in the sense that we are our omniscience. And so you might see us as a very elevated frequency, as a very light frequency, again floating in the clouds, or existing beyond your alphabet, beyond Z. And so when we come down and we are channeled through Randy, in a sense, we are densifying with our advice to you, and yet we do it because we understand the enjoyment of fluctuating between the high and the low, or coming into a world that exists as duality and polarities, because there is this evolution and change which comes from the refusal and the reaffirmation of who you are. It is one thing to have a good day, and it is another thing to decide, I choose to have good days over and over and over and over. So we are reminding you that this is simply an existence of creation and choice. And when you create that which brings you down into a lower frequency, see it as an opportunity to choose once again to come into your hero's body, to take that journey, continue down the yellow brick road, for you never ever know what is down that road in the physical focused frequency. And that is why you are on the road in the first place. Enjoy every golden step. Don't forget, this is meant to be an adventure.